guys, it's Trisha from Living a Vintage Life, and I finally convinced Brian to come from the other side of the camera and join me in one of our videos.
Hello.
Hey Brian, aren't you happy to be here?
No, this is really fun.
Okay, it's happening. Alright, so I wanted to give you a few tips on cleaning vintage clothing. It's probably the most common question I get asked. But before that, you guys know I always like to pick something from my store to wear on my videos. And today, we went sourcing last weekend, and Brian picked out this fabulous ski suit.
How could I miss it with the rhinestones?
I mean, like, it's
Oh,
got
that's
rhinestones. It's suede, okay? I mean, it's got everything you could possibly ever want. It gets better, though, right? It gets better, because look at that.
Yeah, that's like such a Breckenridge Aspen Sun Valley piece. Bogner.
It's Bogner.
Full suit, ski
It's
suit.
a special designer. It's all embroidered on the inside. I've done a little bit of research on them, and these actually used to retail about $2,000, believe it or not. It basically says I've got money to just burn, is what it does.
I've known people and their parents wore those skiing, and it was like a clown show.
Yeah, so I'm going to get this listed because it's in immaculate condition. It's really odd that no one ever actually probably wore this. It's like,
I think it's a one and done with the cow motif. You've got to be like a Texan skier.
A Texan skier?
Yeah, and it's a small size 8, like fits a smaller frame. It's got 12 zippers.
It's very warm.
12 zippers.
So,
how would you clean that? Let's find out.
Let's find out how I would clean this. This, I don't know, I would probably just like hose this down and with the hose and maybe a magic eraser.
You take a header in the moguls and you gotta get some blood off that.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I'll tell you what you're gonna do. So, first of all, I want to, everyone always says, do you wash all your vintage? The answer is 99% of the time, yes. I sell a lot of polyester, a lot of cotton 50s dresses, and things like that are super easy, especially polyester. You just throw it in the washing machine. I always put it on hand wash, cold water, and even poly can go in the dryer. So those are the easiest things to do. But a few times I run into a little bit of trouble. And my go-to product is called Retro Clean. It's a powder. What you want to do is if you have something that's smelly, if you have something that's yellowed from age, yellowed from nicotine, just dingy, anything like that, the powder is sold on Amazon. And if you have Prime, you can get it with free shipping. And what you want to do is, I use my sink, like every sink in our house is like a soaking sink, right? It's like if you want to wash your hands, go out and use a hose because it's
I've
like,
seen you save stuff with that Retro Clean that I was ready to burn.
Yeah, stuff that wasn't allowed to come in the house, like sat on our front porch for a while.
What was that? It was a bucket or a bin full of, it smelled so bad. It kept the raccoons away from the trash though, all summer. It was out there.
But I got it clean. I got it clean. And I did sell it. I sold it. Because Retro Clean, it's amazing. So when you use it, I always use a little bit extra from what's on the bag, and you will go through a lot of it. It's not something you want to skimp on. I dissolve it first. It's a little bit hard to dissolve. Put the scoops in, run super hot water, and dissolve it. And then I put kind of cold water in to get it to like a nice like medium temperature, just because I don't want anything to bleed. But it's safe for pretty much all your fabrics. If you think you might have something, the only thing I did ruin once was a knit piece that said dry clean only. I thought I'd clean it. Should have known better, but that it did bleed. So if you want to check just a little bit, take a little bit of the inside piece of the fabric, something from the seam, and just test to make sure that it's not going to bleed.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, and also if I do several pieces of the same color at the same time, and put it in there, and then every so often when you walk by, just kind of swish it around with your hand. If the water gets really yellow and dirty right away, I'll let it sit for like an hour, and then I'll take it out and I'll put in fresh water and fresh Retro Clean and do it again. Usually let it soak overnight, depending on how dirty the piece is, up to 24 hours, depending how lazy I am, whether I'm ready to take it out of the sink.
But you really have rescued some stuff that just
It is
no
my
business being worn again.
yeah, it's my go-to is Retro Clean.
Good stuff.
And it's really good stuff. I just rinse it and I wash it like normal after that. So a couple things that are really hard to get out, but I found this trick, and it's like my like go-to. It's saved me a bunch of times. I found this adorable vintage like 50s dress, right? So cute, and it has kind of pit stains. I don't know.
Hold that up so they can see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look how cute it is. But the pits are a little bit discolored. So what I do,
Probably why they got rid of it.
yeah, right? But watch, I'm going to save it, and this is totally wearable. You take any kind of container you want, some baking soda, just regular old, plain old baking soda. And it doesn't matter, like this is like not like a scientific
measure.
recipe or anything, and it just, you make as much as you need, and you just kind of keep adding or taking away depending on how much you need for that. And you want to take your hydrogen peroxide. What you're doing is making a paste. Yo, did you bring your safety
I've never
goggles?
seen you make this.
Oh, it's not like it's a scientific experiment or anything.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're just like getting it till it makes like a paste.
Is you
And
gonna
that,
take your nail polish off?
like, I don't have any nail polish. I have picker's hands. I mean, like, really, my nails and fingers are disgusting from digging through the bins all day. Hey, speaking of bin finds, talk about that great jacket you're wearing, Brian.
Oh yeah, this is my Trip NYC jacket. It's great for around the house or the My Chemical Romance revival concert that I'm waiting for. So I'm saving that.
I know, and he won't let me sell it.
I might now.
I don't know. You wear it. Sometimes we get things and we wear them for a while, like this ski suit, because you know there's a parent-teachers conference coming up, and
You need like a big suede cowboy hat, like a brown cowboy hat with that.
do you think?
If you never want to be invited back to the parent-teacher night, that's the perfect thing to do. And I'll wear this jacket.
Yeah, I need a saddle too. So I'm getting kind of a thick paste, and so like the thing is, you just kind of keep adding. I got a lot here because this is a little's gonna go a long way. So just keep adding till it's like thick enough where you can like kind of see it's like, you know, it's like oatmeal. So it's pretty thick, and then what I'm gonna do is then take my Dawn liquid, right?
That's a secret ingredient.
This is a secret ingredient right there. I'm just gonna put in a couple drops of Dawn. Cuts the grease, and you're just gonna mix that up. And then you can put it on the fabric when it's wet or when it's dry. It doesn't matter. I've done both.
And this gets the pit stains out.
This gets the pit stains out. 9 times out of 10. I mean, sometimes, you know,
Get
nothing's.
someone with a real funky pH balance, real acidic pits. It's not gonna work, right?
It's not gonna work. But
Nothing's gonna save
yeah, 9 times out of 10 it works, and it makes this like nasty like paste. Okay. And
If you come across a piece that is already crusty like this, then don't even.
don't. Yeah, that's a let it go.
Doesn't
Don't.
matter
Yeah.
how high couture it is. Pass it up.
So you basically are gonna make a paste like this. Okay.
Interesting.
And you're gonna do it on both, and then you're just gonna roll it up.
Your bag fell.
My
down.
bag fell down. See, this is why we need a technical assistant. And you're gonna take a classy Walmart bag, and you're gonna put it in here.
This is. I've never seen this.
You never seen me do this?
No.
Remember when you're like, what are all these bags of stuff? Like that were like underneath the table and everything? It's my pit stain bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you're gonna let it sit. It doesn't really matter how long it sits. At least 24 hours until it dries and gets like.
I've seen them there for weeks though.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't get to it and it sits for a week. It's not gonna hurt it. It's just gonna clean it.
Where did you learn this?
Science class.
Yeah, right.
How's it? Science.
Did you learn this on the internet?
I learned it on the interwebs many years ago.
Okay, so you didn't invent this. It's still pretty cool.
I didn't invent it. I'm just sharing it.
I didn't know if you came up with this stuff through trial and error.
Yeah, well, first I started with like vinegar, and then I used, you know, I mean, no, I just went online.
Okay.
Oh,
They might want to know.
that was my tip. Now Brian has one, and I'm gonna raid on his parade too. Did you invent this, honey?
Well, I'm not mixing anything. I'm not doing anything fancy. I take all the pictures. I use an iPhone and a mannequin and light. Backdrop, super simple, no high tech. But when we come across stuff that needs a little work, this right here These are amazing. Baby wipes. Now, I've been carrying
Who knew?
these just on my person for years. Anyway, so just fun to find out that they're used for something else. Small spot stains, they're perfect. Now, I used to take the whole thing out for like a little tiny, like pin-sized thing, and then I throw it away, and then I got smart. And now, I just take them and I'll pull off a little
He's
piece.
so frugal,
As
saving money
needed.
all the time.
That's our camera operator. Just stop. And I'll use a little bit, and it's really saved us a lot, especially
Like
on a
$1.49 a week.
In fact,
Saving
I'm going to
us.
shove this one back inside for later.
Saving
Even
the
this little
dollars.
piece.
Yep.
So that's my one tip. Another tip is this stuff, Downy Wrinkle Release Plus. This is really cool. A lot of times the stuff we have has been in a bin or shoved in a bag for days on end, and then I pull it out, put it on the mannequin, and it's really wrinkly, and I don't iron, so you just give a little spray, and it works wonders. Kind of spread it out with your hand. I take the hair dryer then and blow it dry. My daughter hates that because she gets up for school and then the hair dryer's missing. It's in the photography room. And then this is my best friend. This is the Evercare fabric trimmer. It's got a little guard. If you want to get crazy, you take the guard off. But what this does is shaves down all the little pills on sweaters, sweatshirts, and stuff. And depends how much time you want to put into a piece. But if it's a really nice, expensive piece, go to town on it, and you can really bring things back from the dead with these. I love it. It fills up pretty quick, and sometimes the blade gets jammed with stuff. But how much did you pay for this?
I don't know. It's less than $10, but probably has made me hundreds because I can find Anthro sweaters and things like that, and people just toss them because they're all pilly.
Yep.
But Brian, I mean, he's a miracle worker with that thing.
I'm really proud of the work I've done with this, and it gets full. See, look at that. Oh,
Oh, look, that's like a whole sweater right there.
yeah.
That's
So
disgusting.
thanks for the tip there. That's our that's my extent of my tips.
Why, thanks, Brian. So, we had a little bet, and Brian lost. A lot of you guys who follow me on Instagram have seen me posting about this find that we had this weekend.
Yeah.
And we buy the weird. As you can see, we buy the weird. And, like a jacket. People pass that trip jacket up,
Just walked right by it.
walked right by it like it was nothing. But it'd be a good flip once I get it out of his hands. But this weekend, we found the craziest thing. I saw it. I was like, that thing is sell. I looked up the brand. It's a European brand. Germany?
England, maybe
England
German. I'm not
England
sure.
or German. I can't remember. I looked at the brand. There was one on there. It had like 17 watchers. It was over $100. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pick this up. Price is good. This could be a good flip. So what is it, Brian?
It's a skirt. I've never worn a skirt before, and I thought it would be cooling, but this is made of PVC. So I don't know if I'm gonna stand up here. Can you see it?
Oh my god.
Can you see it? It's like one of a bondage
It's a bondage skirt.
PVC, and like I said, I feel like I've been in a sauna.
Well, what's so funny is that I thought it was for women, but when I went and did my research,
It's a man's skirt.
It's a man's skirt. And there's no listing under men's clothing on eBay for a skirt. So,
It's by Aderlass.
Adderlass.
Yeah. So I don't think I would wear it again.
Yeah.
It's just not my style.
Is it too binding?
No, I've got a lot of movement, but it's PVC, so I'm baking in this. You're in a ski suit, but this thing here, man, like I said, I feel like I've been in a sauna. I gotta get out of this thing.
We may have to hose that down after this.
Probably should have done it before I wore it because it came straight from the bin.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to wear something underneath it? I never worn a skirt.
Alrighty then. So, thanks you guys. I hope you enjoyed our cleaning tips and Brian's modeling. It was fabulous, Brian.
Never again.
So, never again. Like I said, that's what happens when you lose a bet. You could have been wearing the ski suit.
Wouldn't fit.
All right. Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks.
And thanks for watching.